Hi guys, welcome to this beginner's class. So, once you nail some beginner tricks, some basic tricks in static pole, how do you transfer them to spinny pole? In this class, I will teach you that. So how do you transfer a nice climb in static to spinny? And how do you transfer a chopper that you can already do in static? How do you transfer that to spinny so that you can gracefully start your spinning journey? Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to start with climbing up, and we're going to start with a forearm climb. So I don't know how you normally climb up, but there are obviously different ways of climbing up. But once you have some basic strength, I would recommend you to climb with your forearm against the pole. So to start with, one forearm is against the pole. I'm pushing out, my shoulder is pushing out. So this means that my lower hand should not be on the back side of the pole, but on the front side of the pole. So I can really push. The other hand is straight. And from here, we're going to try to lift ourselves up without bringing our ankles to the pole. So you lift yourself and you go down again. So both shoulders are pushing down and the bent arm is also pushing away. So from the side it will look like this. Push and come down. And push and come down. Let's also try this with the other side. So one arm up, forearm against the pole, and from here try to activate your shoulders and lift and lower. And lift and lower. Yes, this is a very good exercise to activate those shoulders, to get stronger in those shoulders. Okay, from there, next step is to push with the lower arm, and when you feel that there's enough space and you have enough strength to lift your feet up, then lift, bring your ankles to the pole. Ankles, squeeze the knees. Optional, it's optional because you can also only climb with your ankles. Squeeze the knees, lift your lower arm up, grab the pole, push away with the lower arm, so like pushing here, ankles, knees, make a big swing with the lower arm, push away, ankles, knees, swing the other arm up. Yes? Okay, slowly come down and come out. Okay, so technically it goes like this. One arm down, one arm up. I use this leg, the strength in my legs, so I'm in a squat, kind of in a squat position, and I use that strength in my legs to bring my lower hand up, place it above the other hand, and then use the hand that is now down to push away. Whenever I grab the pole, I try to think grabbing the pole in front, like in the part on the side of where my body is. So don't grab the pole on the other side because your elbow is not touching, your forearm is not touching the pole anymore. Yes? So important, make use of the swing. Squeeze your ankles, squeeze the knees, and make sure that you don't slide towards so that the thigh is not on the pole, because here you don't have grip anymore. So I'll show you once. So we have ankles and knees, and when you lose the strength here and you're sliding forward, there's hardly any grip. So make sure that you squeeze. If you need some support, you can flex your foot, but ideally you want to point your foot and you don't want to keep that foot flexed, okay? So let's try it together once more. Elbow, hand, activate your shoulders, ankles, knees, and now make sure that you squeeze those legs and the lower arm goes up, grab, push away. Here you can, if you have the strength, take a little break, ankles, knees, and here. Ankles, swing up. Okay. You don't have to use the knees. It's just, for me, to start, it's just a little reminder that I don't slide forward so that the pole is in between my thighs. but you should be able to climb up with only the ankles. So then the knees are more outwards. So if you see it from the front, you can climb like this using the ankles without using the knees. Yeah? That's also an option. Okay, so if you want, you can practice this a few times, but now we're just gonna continue to the spinny mode. So put your paw on spinny, and then we're gonna try to transfer this into a beautiful climb in spinny pole. Okay, so guys, whenever you start with your left hand up and the right hand down, that means that you go counterclockwise. When you start with the right hand up and the left hand down, you will climb clockwise. Okay? So, when you start with the left hand up, you first want to make sure when you start climbing that you have enough distance, because as soon as you come close, you will start spinning really fast. So from here, I'm going to step with my inside foot, I'm going to place my forearm on the pole, and I push my body away. A nice way to start your spinning climb. From here, I'm going to bring the ankles up. You can use the knees, like I said. You're going to squeeze those legs, bring the lower arm up, change, arm up. Place your other forearm against the pole. Ankles, point your feet, swing up, change. Whenever you feel like doing a little variation or having a little break, you can create a nice shape here, and you can continue in your next climb. That's the basic. Okay, so let's transfer that basic climb that we did in static, let's transfer that to spinny. Focus on keeping the distance, keeping your arms on this side of the pole, squeezing the ankles, optionally the knees, and make sure that you keep the distance. One last tip, whenever you go up, don't bring your hips to the pole first, because when you push your hips up first, you will start spinning a lot faster. So gradually go up and make sure that there's no quick movement. You want to slowly come up, keep the distance, a little arch in your back, and change. Okay? I'll give you 2 minutes to practice, and then I give you a nice variation.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drop on one. 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 Wanna move my feet, wanna drop on one.
Okay, I hope that was a nice practice. Now I want to give you a variation to make the climbing a little bit more interesting. Once you nail that normal climb in spinny pole, we can add an arm that pushes down, or we can add a head roll when climbing up. So I will show you both. I'm going to go up, one, and from here I'm going to take my lower hand down, I push it, and I open up my chest, and I change. So I bring the legs in, I push when I come up into the pole, and back to the next one. So here, from here, I'm gonna bring the arm down, and I bring my chest up. Yes, slowly come down. So, just imagine pushing up out of a squat, and at the same time, you're pushing the arm down, opening the chest. So now this time you don't swing your arm up, but you're pushing it down, and a lot of work you do now with only the hand that is on the pole. So that's option one. Option two is to go from the push into a head spin, head roll. So how I do it, how I prefer to do it, when the arm that is up, my head wants to go from the outside to the inside, to the pole, yes? So when you would do the other side, and you go up, you push, and after that, your head goes outwards, inwards, okay? Whenever this is hard for you, just practice that head roll, and once you feel it, maybe we can combine it with climbing up. So let's do it together, or maybe you want to watch first. 1, 2, 3. Yes? So I'm going forward, so I only want to do it when I go forward, otherwise it feels a little bit awkward. So here, and after that I kind of sink down and slowly come out. Yes? So when you go forward, you want to spin your head forward as well. Otherwise, you go backwards and it feels a little bit more awkward, in my opinion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you 2 minutes to practice this variation. Have fun.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. 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 Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
Okay, I hope you had a good practice. So now let's continue with the next basic move, which is the invert. So once you know how to invert from the floor, so not standing on the floor and kicking the legs up, but being off the floor with your feet and then going into your invert, then you can start practicing this in spinning pole. So when you're not ready for that yet, first practice your invert a few more times, starting with your feet on the floor, kicking up. But for now, I first want to do together with you an invert with the feet already off the floor. So choose your favorite side. Your inside arm is down, your outside arm is up. I want to bring my hips in front of the pole. My rib cage is against the pole, but make sure that your hips are not like this, but in front. So hands are close to the head. Don't go too high because it's hard to pull yourself up there. So hands a little lower. Now pull yourself up, bring your hips in front of the pole. Tuck your knees. Now open the knees to the side. Extend the arms and open the legs into your chopper. Bend your arms and slowly come back. Yes? Okay, so what is the trick? How do I where do I get that strength to actually go upside down? Always remember your lower arms are going down, so they're going to a straight position while the top arms are still connected to my rib cage. Whenever you extend the arms without keeping the top of the arms close to the rib cage, you will fall out of your chopper. So then it will look like this. Here, straight arms. So that's what you don't want. So you want to do like a biceps curl, straighten your arms. And then the other thing, shoulders down, hips up. Make sure that you tuck your pelvis. Bring the knees to your chest, bring the legs up. Okay? Let's try it together. So, bring your hips in front of the pole, pull yourself up, keep the arms close to your upper body, knees to the side, the lower arms straighten, chopper, open the chest, hips close to the pole. Slowly come back. Don't just fall out. Yes? Slowly go back. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to practice the chopper. And if you want to work on your endurance and your strength, try to repeat it. So from here, up and down. Up and down. Yes? 2 minutes and then we will transfer it to spinny pole. Have fun.
Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone.
Okay guys, now let's transfer this to spinning pole. So there are different ways of going into your chopper. We have a forward chopper and we have a backwards chopper. I will first show you both options. The forward chopper, that means you're going forward. So now I'm going in the chopper, my lower hand is like my inside hand is down and my outside hand is up. Okay, so first the forward chopper. Up, slowly out. That's the forward chopper. Now I'm going to do the other side, so I'm using my other side to go into my backwards chopper. Look at this. That was the backwards chopper. Okay, so some people prefer to go into their forward chopper and some others prefer to go into the backwards chopper. Strength-wise, I think forward chopper is a little bit easier. So let's start with the forward chopper. So again, I want to pull myself close to the pole because here I'm a lot stronger than when my arms are still quite high. It's hard to go upside down, yes? So next step is that I bring my outside leg towards the pole. So I'm a little bit in this diagonal angle. The more diagonal you are, the easier it is to go into your chopper. Just imagine using all your strength and just without any spin going upwards like that. That's a lot heavier than when you use your legs, when you swing your leg forward and then you open up. So that's what you also would like to do, would like to achieve with that forward chopper. So let's see if you can find out what I mean. I'm pulling myself up and I'm trying to stay in the diagonal line. Pull, spin. My chest is close to the pole. The outward leg goes closer. Open up. Slowly come down. There you go. So I want you to focus to work on bringing it in. Outside leg is going in. And then once you feel like, yes, you go for it and you open up. This you can also do a little higher. You can do it with me if you want. So from here, pull, open, and out. Yes? So that's the forward chopper. So guys, practice this a few times, try both sides, and really try to work with hip in and open. Okay, you can press pause and practice it if you want, or we can continue with the backwards chopper straight away. Now the backwards chopper. When I do that, I need to start with my inside arm down and my outside hand up. To create spin, you can start like this, but it doesn't look that nice because you step to the back and there you spin. First of all, it's not a lot of spin and it just doesn't look so exciting. So what we're going to try is to first make a 180 degrees turn before we go into our chopper. That means I start with my other hand up. I want to do my chopper with this hand down, you see? So we're gonna walk, 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 walk until you feel that armpit. You bring the other hand closer to the one that is already down, and then you go into your chopper. Look at my position. I'm already leaning backwards. This will help me doing my chopper, okay? So then, when you see it, the full thing, it will look like this. Pull up, armpit, up, and down. Okay? So this gains a lot of like quick strength. You want to do it like boom. Okay, so if you would do, for example, the other side, so you pull up, you spin, you spin, you spin, you squeeze that arm, and you go up into your chopper. Okay, so let's try that together. Once you're not there yet, you feel that you cannot lift the legs, Just lean backwards, knees to your shoulders. Let's try again. Pull up, arm up, and up. Yes? Okay, guys, I'll give you a little variation. Once you have the strength to pull yourself up with 2 arms, before you go into your backwards chopper, you can do some nice shapes with your legs before you go in your actual chopper. Instead of just keeping it straight, we can extend the 180 degrees turn before you go into your chopper. So we start exactly the same as before. You go up. You can create a shape here. You can create a shape there. You keep on spinning, you pull the knee in, and you go open. From there, you can continue whatever you feel like doing, and out. Yes? So think about the shapes that you would like to try. So I will show you once more on the other side. So my hands are have a little bit more distance. And you can, for example, start here. You can go around, belly to the pole. Here. Yes, before you go into your chopper. Okay, so try that out. If that's not there for you yet, just work on the basics. So hands close to each other, pull yourself up, spin, 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 armpit up, and continue. Okay, so guys, 2 minutes practice time. Enjoy.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
So guys, I hope that was successful. I hope that worked out for you. So make sure that you keep on practicing these basics, climbing, going into a beautiful invert, because this is the start of your pole journey. I hope you had fun, and I see you next time.